Hi guys, welcome to the flight today, as we're down in Geneva and with the Boeing 747-200, and we're going to be flying down to Nice, coming in for 04 right on the approach for the ILS. We're going to be leaving out of Geneva as we see the lovely mountains as we blast out in the 747 with the visual engine mod as well, in the cargo version as we plug to the windows. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down below. And now we get inside the cockpit and start the aircraft up. Ready, we are now in the 747-200, so we'll go overhead, we'll get the battery which is on and guarded, we can trip the GPU which is 1, and number 2 we can find which is checked. We're going to get all the panel lighting on, etc. as we light the aircraft up. So once we run that all through, we'll get all of our panels in. As the aircraft lights itself up, we can go and get the APU started up, which will be set for us to go. We're going to get all the bleeds on, which will be set for us to leave. Trim air can be open, pack sets are auto. Reset gas bar, which can all go on and checked, so I'm turn the gas bar off. Get one pump in for the hydraulics. Check on the DCs, everything that will come in. Now the APU can be started up. Isolation valves are off. We'll keep that until the APU bleed is on and checked. Go to the first officer's side, get all our panel lighting up. So we'll be out now, departure pretty quick today. So it shouldn't take too long to set up. Radio masters can go to INS, we can get in all of the window heats which are checked, emergency exit lights which can be armed. Everything overhead is all good to go. Test that, which we can see is on. Once APU comes to life now, as everything stabilizes, we can switch over all of the packs. Open up the bleed there. Going to get on the engine bleeds. Going for a flight level today, small level of 230, so take that for 24, which will be checked. Leaving out on the runway, we're going to be leaving runway 04, so we have flight directors which can go on, which are set. Leaving out the 044. Once we leave out on departure, we're then going to track inbound for Chambéry, which is 1154, and we've got Geneva as well, which is going to be the 11575, so we'll get Geneva in now. And we've got Chambéry, which is going to be 1154. Okay, so we've got both DMEs which are on and checked. We're going to the INS, get that all quick aligned so we can get on with things. As we leave out today, we're going to be going from 04, which is the 044. So we go down into the INS now and get the aircraft all ready to go. So we're putting our waypoints now, as we're going to start from Asapi after we've done our procedural with the VORs. Asapi is north 45534. And it's going to give us east 6174. Waypoint number 2 is the pass 7, which is north 45482. And we've got east 6321. Waypoint number 3 for Venice, north 45274. And we've got east 6448. Waypoint number 4 is going to be for Madame, which is north 45159. And we've got east 6564. Waypoint number 5 for Viva, which is north 44480. And we've got east 7008. Which is checked, we'll do that again. Waypoint number 6 for Gadpos, north 44129. And east 7091. Waypoint 7 for Amjel, north 43499. And east 7225. Okay, which is checked. Otoku for number 9, which is north 43317. And east 8077. Okay, which is checked. That's waypoint number 9, which is all set in for us. So I'm going to light up the cockpit and get the aircraft all ready and set to go. Bleeds on now, galley power can all go on. For now, time being, everything overhead, we get the booster pumps on, which will be checked. One's on for the APU already, we've got the APU bleed on. Pumps are all on, 2, 3 are off, 1 and 4 which is on. We're going to get number 2 which can stay on. As we see.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So as he's ready to connect now, we'll go over to ground.
Cockpit to ground,
disconnect
remove
the chocks.
Cockpit to ground, disconnect ground power.
Performance calculations coming out, which we've got in on the sim. We've got our bugs V2, it's going to be 169, we've got rotate 159.
Ground power disconnected.
V2 plus 15, which goes to 186, which is checked. Flight directors are on and checked. Packs are now off, bleeds are on. Everything else is off and set. All we'll do is get the QNHs and we are ready to go.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so can go get the start valve open.
Ready to start the engines. Ready for engine start.
Starting pushback and we may start engines.
Okay, so can go and start engines. We'll go for engine number 1.
Starting engine 1. Start valve open.
Okay, engine number 1 now is coming to life. As we get 20% into, we're going to cool out, so we've got all the temperature, all pressure, and all quantity all here. Got a flow rate as well. Over 20%, which is coming in.
20% and 2.
20% into.
Fuel on.
Fuel on, and we go outside and watch engine number 1. Lights are up. GT is now slowly starting to increase. We're going to get the meters down.
Starter off.
Starter off, which is checked. So we'll go for engine number 3.
Starting engine 3. Starting engine 3. Starter valve open. Starting engine 4.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake which is set.
Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Okay, disconnecting tow, which is standby. We can get the probe heats on now, which are checked. Go into the gen switches. We can switch over the relays, which will get switched. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which are checked. APU bleed with the APU can now go off, which is all set for us. The bleeds are all on, which you can check. We can check all the gens which are in, and we are now all set to go. Hydraulics can all come in as well, which are out and set. Boost pumps are all on, sensors off, and we are now ready to leave. All we need to do is get the QNHs, and then we are ready to go. Flaps 10, which can go down.
Flaps 10.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal of the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
See you soon, bye bye. So we're going to be leaving when we split off of the 184 onto the 229, which is set. Once we leave out 8 DME from Geneva, which is the 11575 for DME number 1, we're then going to depart and make a right hand turn, not before 8 DME 5000 above, onto the 184. And then once we get onto the 049 radial coming out from Chambray, which will be 229 inbound, we use the RMI. We'll then break off 30 DME onto the 181. We've got a SAPI which is in, and that is going to be the start of the Civa. So as we are now all ready to go, can get our taxi on, which I think is on. Can't really see too much. Everything here, so you can see takeoff and landing. So we've got taxi which is set, anti-skid. Everything else is all good for us to go. So flaps 10 is down and engaged, everything overhead is set. And we can now disconnect the parking brake. Get a bit of a light in so we can taxi. And we'll taxi on down now to 04. So as we ride out on our taxi, we're going to come out, we'll get out onto the outer taxiway, follow it all the way down onto Golf. Get the INS in once we depart. So we'll come out onto the outer taxiway now. Speed bugs are all set, we're coming around 159 for rotate. METAR's coming out of Geneva, currently 1026, so we can go and get that in. There's something wrong with my throttles, they've been playing up just a little. So 1026, which is in and checked, and we got 1026 which is in, and which is also set and checked. Get the reserve now as we've got time. Which is set. And we just need to get the trim and we'll set our pitch as we go through. So as we continue down the outer taxiway on the performance, we're looking 14 degrees of pitch, 5.2 on the trim. There's 14. She's going to be set. 1026. Which is set and checked as we now come down to Golf.
Before takeoff checklist. IXEG considerations. Check. Cabin alert. Check. Transponder. Damn. Check. Ignition. Flight start. Body gear steering. Disarm. Back valves. Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Okay, so we're ready for takeoff now. So follow it round as we are large. DME 5,000 feet above, so we make that right hand turn onto the 184. So cabin crew, take your seats for departure. So before takeoff, checklist is complete. We need 5.2 down on the trim. So that's set. So we are ready to go. We left around 400 meters of runway just before we do the parking brake is set. So we'll go over the departure one last time. I'm going to leave out 044 once we get to 8 DME, 5,000 above, but not before 8 DME. So 8 DME, we will, when passing 5,000 above, we get there first. Either one, we're going to move on to the 184, and then once we pass the 049 radial on the RMI, we should be indicating onto the 229 for Chambéry. That is where we're then going to make a break off to the 181. So the 184, 229, 181. So we are all ready to go. Landing lights can go on, which are checked. EPR can be set. Takeoff dry. 186, which is checked. So can release the parking brake. Anti-skid can be set as well, and we are ready to go. So line the aircraft up. Get stabilised. And toga. Pressure on the column. Checked. SP5. Check. Throttle hold. 100 neutral on the column. Takeoff checklist, packs can be turned back on now, which are set. Flaps 10 still engaged. As we can now move the aircraft down just a little more down pitch, so we're going to start to speed the aircraft up. Probably 2.8 DME, so we're not going to make that right hand turn just yet. There's 5,000 feet, so we're now going to break off onto the 189. Just checked. Passing through 6,000 feet. Just coming in for flaps 5. We're 30 nautical miles from Chambéry, so we're moving forward. Alright, Chambray is going to be intercepting onto the 229. That's 184. She's just about in. As we pass through 8,000 feet now, just pitch down a little. As we come in for flaps 5, so speed check.
Flaps 5.
Once pass through 10,000 feet, now get the landing lights off, runway turn off lights, switch off and check. We can now just pitch down around 1,500 feet as the aircraft now starts to speed up to its climb speed. And then once it does that, we'll then activate the IES and the aircraft can then start to rise up. So we're going to go for around 290. That's now tracking inbound from Epsom, then moving straight down to Paz. Coming at rate 1,500 feet per minute. So after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Gear lever.
Off.
Landing at local lights. Off. Ignition. Check. Seatbelts and no smoking sign. Check. Back valve. Open.
Check.
Fuel lead. Wait.
Okay, there's IAS now. Set checked. Checklist will be done. We've skipped that. We're just going to use the auto. So the after takeoff checklist now is all complete. (2992) Geneva QNHs. That's all done over the engineer's side. We can go and set him over. Then 1013, which is set. Let's run away to flight level 230. So I'll leave you guys with the takeoff cinematics. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Leave your comments below.
Flaps up.
As we now go into that right hand turn, just passing through 14,300 feet, for our climb speed up to flight level 230. 2,000 feet, just under a minute. As we now inbound from Epsom, flying down to waypoint 223, which is taking us down onto our next arrival, which is going to be for Felis, then Medan. And then we're coming for the arrival down in for the Medan 5 November. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Leave me with the takeoff cinematics, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come in for runway 04 right for the INS down in the lovely Nice. Romeo. Now I'm taking our position off once we hit Viva, which is number 5 to 6 to Gadpo. By the time we get to Gadpo, we'll be down below the 220 and above 517. So I'm going to start to descend the aircraft now to from 220. Currently 17 nautical miles now from Gadpo. From Gadpo, we're then going to make a left-hand turn onto 155. We need to be above 140. So that'll be a 155 left-hand turn. We've got the INS in right now. See both sides, and everyone can get ready to go. As we are now all set and checked, we have got coming in on the arrival. Got the 110.7 and the 109.2, which we've got set ready for the arrival bin. So once we get the VORs, which we've got in for these, which is the 109.65, got a 109.20, there's 220, which is checked now. As we're going to come through, ready to flight 230, so keep speed on now. Go around, can go in. The shoe's going to level off now. 22,000 feet, 9 nautical miles to Gadpo, and then from Gadpo, we are then going to move down. So staying for 220 at the moment. Now for our descent checklist.
Approach checklist, please. Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Seatbelts and no smoking signs. On. Anti-ice. Off. Exterior lights. Check. Outer brakes. Medium. Radio INS switches. Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure. Check. Spoilers. Damn.
Should be armed.
Altimeters. 1013 set and cross-check. Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs. Set and cross-check. Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see.
Okay, fuel heat's going to be off. 1041 coming in. Fuel heat's can be turned off now.
Off.
Which I checked.
EPR computer.
Go around set.
Go around. Cabin altitude.
Which is also set.
Check. Circuit breakers.
Which I checked.
Check. Approach checklist completed.
Okay, approach checklist complete. Once we pass through the transition, which will be 5,000 feet, we're going to go down to 1026 on few clouds at 1,000, scattered clouds at 2,500, broken clouds at 7,000 when we come in. We're 19 miles away now as we track it out from Gadpo all the way in to Amjul, which is flight level 140. So from 6 to 7, which is going to be Amjul, we can now come down to flight level 140. So from 15, which is set, vehicle speed can go on. 5,000. Start to slow the aircraft, check if there's any speed restrictions. Max 200 knots has been through over the bay, so we've got to slow the aircraft down now. We're going to go in, keep it above the alpha speed until we can get ready to slow down as we're going to come right the way through. Now I'm going to keep our speed up for the time being around 270 as it is going to be a bit of a run around, so we don't want to be hanging about too much over the ocean. As we're going down now towards Amjul, and then we're going to break off. Could come in and break off towards the LZB. We're going to come through and lift off from Neres. And from Neres, we're going to track it all the way to then intercept in for the runway, which we've set and checked to come in. So, we're going to go to 270 and we'll intercept with the ADF. When we come through, we'll get now Nice's ADF, which is 338. 338, which is set and checked. So once we leave off of Neres, But then you're going to basically come round and disconnect off 270 onto a left hand turn, and then from there we can proceed to track the NDB. Once the NDB is around 15 nautical miles away, we can then track it, which we're going to track down to get down for the VOR if it was to come through. On that arrival, there's radio 117 to 297 straight in. We're going to cut off to the 270 once we're 15 nautical miles away from the NDB. We're then going to make that right hand turn to set back down. So we'll see the NDB will come to life, which it is now. As we currently track, we've got the INS's dimming for the runway. We've also got in the VOR for the arrival. As we've got ASUS, which is going to be the 10965. So the 10965 now is on dimming number 2. There's now 8 nautical miles as we go from waypoint 7 to 8, which is going to be from Andrew to Merkel. So all our fixes, we just turn everything off. There we go, so no one can see anything. So we're just going to be approaching now to Merkel, and then from Merkel it's going to be Otoku for number 9. Now what I need to do is from number 9, from Otoku, we need to put in the White November 800, which is for number 1, which is north 43222. That's going to give us east 807. Waypoint number 2, which is going to be Naras, which is north 43249. 43249, which is checked, and 7495, which is in. So once we go from 8 to 9 now, we're then going to ride around as we proceed through 250. Now we can start to slow the aircraft as we're just going to roll down to Otoku, which is currently now that's going to bring us around for the airport, ready to go. So you can see from the NTB, we are just coming back round. We're going to get down on for 15 DME, which is going to be in for the initial fix. As you see the HSI, which will move around, will then make a right hand turn back to intercept down. So we can now make a left. So 210, let's just fly for 2 nautical miles. And then we're going to turn around and intercept back in, ready to go. So cabin crew, take your seats for arrival. It's 13.8 DME. It's 15, we need 15.5. Slow the aircraft right down now. So flaps 5, speed check.
Flaps 5.
It's 15.7. So we can move it back round now. Flaps 10, speed check.
Flaps 10.
So as we move ourselves around onto this right hand turn. November Charlie for the 338 is in. We'll make a full right, 30 degrees from 04.
Localizer alive.
Flaps 10, which is engaged, so we can see the HSI coming over to the right now, and we're going to basically come over to the right. 090, and the aircraft's currently, the NDB is currently sitting at around 340. Still 18.2, so we've got enough to cover now on the arrival with 1107, which is checked. Flaps 10, which is engaged, holding 212 on our speed. Speed brakes are armed. Flaps 10 is engaged.
Pull up. Pull up.
090, which will be set and checked. Heading select is in. Get the localizer, which can be pre-armed now. There's 15.5 as the glide slope is going to start to make its way down. Descent. We're going to start the descent at 12.5 DME, 15.5 is our initial fix. There's localizer coming in now, we're holding 4,000 feet, so we can get the ILS mode, which is in, as we're not going to descend any further now. Landing lights are all on now, under 10,000 feet. We got runway turn lights which are on, flight starts which can be both all set for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Engine anti-ice can now be off, and link the cabin just to let them know that we are ready to go in. There's runways in sight. Flaps 10 which is in. 13 DME out. Holding 4,000. Glide slopes now slowly starting to come in. As we'll slow down now to flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Check. Okay, there's the glide slope.
Gear down.
Gear down. Let's come down the arrival now. We are heading in for the 041 for 04 right, which we're going to take in, which is lined up for us right there as we come over the coast.
Gears
Flaps
down,
20 is
green
in.
light.
Gear down, green light, which is checked. Currently 9.5 DME, and we're looking for a VREV on the approach, which is going to be a 177, which is going to be rocket. Okay, 177, flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Which is checked. So for the approach checklist now.
Landing checklist. Gear. Down and check. Down and check. Flaps. Flaps 25. Flaps 25. Ignition.
Flaps 30 was your set.
Light start. Anti-skid. Check. Altimeters. 1, 0, 2, 6. Set and cross-check.
Check.
Landing checklist completed.
Okay, landing checklist is complete. On the gear down, which is green light. Flaps are down, green light 30. And we've got our VREV in, which is 177 now, which we are following inbound, which is looking for around 900 feet per minute. 177. If we get down nice and early, we should have a nice runoff as we decel. So, as I'm happy now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some manual flying. So we'll disengage the autopilot and disengage the auto throttle. Now I've controlled the aircraft. As we come in now, start the descent down again, 1,000 feet per minute. Let's do a bit too wide. heading for runway 04 right. As we now get ready to vacate off of the runway and get all our lovely flaps up.
Flaps up.
Speed brakes can be disarmed. As we make a right hand turn now to leave off of the runway, ready to taxi back to stand. As we pass over the hold short, get over 04 left, then we can get the strobes off and get ready to go. So we're just powering up as we get ready to cross over the runway. Landing lights can go off now, runway turn on lights will keep on, strobes can stay on for now as we pass over. Flight directors can now be turned off as we don't need them. Altitude can go back to 0. And we can go back over to 100, which is all set for us. We've got the APU started and ready and set to go. And that is it for the arrival tonight, guys. So I'm going to leave you with the landing cinematics. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.